Yeah, so this session basically we are conducting for Informatica MDM SaaS Cloud demo class. So before that, we will try to briefly understand the Informatica MDM on-premises, which was running in the market from last 20 years. And as we know that now everything is moving on the cloud, so Informatica MDM also has been deployed on the cloud with a different kind of code sets. So the people who have worked on Informatica MDM on premises, they cannot directly work on Informatica MDM cloud because there is a huge differences. But yes, the overall concept is same. Overall MDM concept is same. So if someone having the MDM background, then it will be easy for them to understand the Informatica MDM SaaS as well. Okay. So as we know that in on-premises earlier we had the conventional process, like we used to get the data through the landing process. So we used to had here a landing table, then we used to create base object, then a stage table. So this is for those people who already know the Informatica MDM on-premises. The people who don't know Informatica MDM on-premises, they have to take this means training separately, because this is a broad tool which takes approx 40 hours time to complete the entire training. Okay. So this is just a brush up or refresh for those people who know the on-premises. So we do create landing table, then base object, then stage tables, then we do setup kind of trust and all, and then we create different match and module. Then we get the finally survivorship as a master record. Right? This is a very high level on the on-premises side. The same kind of concept we also use in the cloud. Okay. So for cloud, let me stop sharing my screen because I'm going to connect to the cloud. There I need my credentials to use, so just I'm hiding that. Once I connect, then I will again share it. Mm. So in cloud, basically what Informatica have done now, they have introduced IDMC. So within the IDMC package, they have basically integrated all their previous applications which were there in the on-premises. Like Informatica earlier had Informatica Power Center, IDQ, Informatica MDM. Okay, so all those applications we can see they have means packaged into the IDMC platform. Let me connect to these. This is 313. Now I'm sharing my screen. So now we are connecting to the IDMC. So for connecting to this IDMC, basically this Informatica MDM SaaS platform, you will get this URL, this kind of URL from Informatica. So and you will have the user ID and password so that you can connect. And once you connect, you will see this window. So if some of you are aware about IICS, if some of you have worked on IICS, so you know that in IICS we used to get this window, but in case of IICS we will only get the means selected kind of products which is related to ETL. You will not get the entire which we can see. Okay. So in this, I have access for the master data management cloud as well. This is called basically the SaaS. And under this, we can see we have the multi-domain MDM. We have customer 360, product 360, reference 360, supplier 360. Okay. So before this cloud, this all tool was a standalone, and this all had the kind of separate setup in the on-premises. But now, since they have launched this IDMC, so within the IDMC, they have integrated all these product at one place. And the beauty of this is that we can easily switch from MDM to ETL, ETL to IDQ, IDQ to profiling. So the beauty of this is that they have packaged entire product in one platform. So if you want to do some ETL work in the MDM, suppose in MDM you want to bring data from some sources, then you can easily bring that data through the ETL. So for ETL, no need to do the separate setup and installation. This ETL is already here we have in data integration and all places. So we can directly use. So that is the beauty of this IDMC platform. So that means earlier, suppose in on-premises, we used to use a kind of ETL work for bringing the data from the different heterogeneous sources. So we had to write separate ETL mappings in the separate kind of Informatica Power Center landscape where Informatica Power Center was installed. And that was the separate job. So they have simplified this all the things. So they have integrated all the thing at one place, and they are saying whatever you want to use, just click on that, and it will set up within a minute, and then you can write the thing, and automatically you can use the connections. So if you want to do communication between the kind of this IICS like ETL to MDM, so we can use this B2B connection, and within the B2B connection, we can easily bring the data or load the data from ETL to MDM, MDM to ETL. So these things they have simplified in the in the MDM SaaS. Second thing is that as we know that this one we had in the on premises. So in on premises we had a conventional process that first we had to load the data in landing table, then a stage, then base subject and all. So that process we had to follow. Earlier we had the platform staging. Through that we can also load the data directly in a stage table. But now in the IDMC, what they have done, so in IDMC, if you have the data in suppose CSV or flat file, so you can directly load, directly import those data. So earlier we don't have those kind of options. Okay. So now we can directly upload those data within the MDM. So this is the beauty we have here in the means IDMC SaaS platform. Now I will take a pause and I will give time for you guys to discuss some questions. Then we'll proceed further. Yes, guys, now you can ask your questions.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead. Someone was asking.
yes, sir. So are you going to teach on this tool or are you going to teach on the on-premises tool?
Yeah, so I'm already teaching this on premises from long time. So because on premises was there in the market for last 20 years, but from last 2 years they have introduced this MDM SaaS. So this class and this demo is only for Informatica MDM SaaS, and within this batch we will only learn the Informatica MDM Cloud, not on premises. For on premises, people have to contact separately, and there is a separate batch which will run in a separate time zone.
Okay.
Okay, so what are you going to be covered in all these things? Like, are you going to cover these API portions and the MDM related? I mean, what you are going to cover, like CDI and all those stuffs? I mean,
Yeah,
DQ
I'm
and
coming on
everything?
that part. I'm coming on the course content and all. Course content part, I will just explain after this what the things we are going to cover
Okay.
within this Informatica MDM SaaS.
Okay. Sujit, I have one question. I have an experience on-prem MDM,
Okay.
so I already
Mhm.
work. So now I need to learn this SaaS one. Yeah, this I worked on.
Okay.
Okay, here, yeah, whatever you said, landing, staging, and all that process we have. But in the
Mhm.
SaaS, you are saying directly we will load it into the base objects. Huh? That's what it is in the SaaS.
Right, right. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So in SaaS, there is no kind of architecture for landing and staging. Directly, we have to load the data in base object. And once we
Okay.
load the data in base object through even if we have the flat file or CSV, so we can directly do the import through the import kind of wizard. And we have to specify the source system, what is the name of source for which you are importing the data. Then automatically it will understand that whatever data you are importing, this is coming from which source. Earlier in on-premises, we used to create a stage table for the respective source, and then we used to bring the data from landing to a stage to base subject. Then MDM was understanding that this is coming from this stage table. That means this is coming from this particular source, right? Now, while importing itself, we will specify the source, and it will directly load data in base subject.
Okay.
So this import option basically we use for the a small data set. But if you have suppose millions of data, then in that case, we will write a mapping in the CDI here in IICS. And with the help of that mapping, we will load the data because a huge data import will not be possible directly. So that we use only for the thousands of means counts of data. But if you have millions of data, or if you want to design something kind of automated batch for delta load or kind of for full load, so in that case, we will go to IICS in CDI and there we will write a mapping which will read the data and it will load in the base subject of MDM directly.
Okay. So is this IACS and I think IACS is the bit older term, right? Now they are calling it as IDMC. Is that
No.
correct?
So IICS is basically the replacement of Informatica Power Center ETL tool. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So earlier we had the Informatica Power Center that was ETL tool. So on the cloud version, they have named it as a IICS.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Now,
means
now in this, like whatever you mentioned, right? IDMC. In that, it is a data integration service, or IACS still it will be there as a separate service.
So within this, here you can see Informatica Intelligence Cloud Services.
Yeah.
So IACS, this is called IACS. So earlier, before MDM SaaS, they had introduced this, what we say, IACS. Okay.
Okay.
So when Informatica moved this power center on cloud before MDM, so they had named that as a IACS.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
in the IACS, we used to see these services related to CDI, the
Okay.
integration cloud, like application integration, data integration. This is all part of IACS basically. है ना?
Okay. Okay.
So by default, getting access of IACS is easy. They can easily give you access if you want
Okay.
to get access for practice and all. But for
Okay.
MDM, they only give access for the partners.
Okay.
Okay.
So now under IDMC platform, IACS, along with that, related to MDM SaaS, everything clubbed under IDMC platform, they are giving everything in that. Is that correct?
IDMC, yes, you are correct.
Okay.
Even we have the Informatica data quality also. Earlier that we had IDQ on premises, right? So they have integrated that IDQ also here in IDMC.
Okay. And today also somebody want only IACS, that's only ETL part, they can go for only IACS.
Yeah, they can go for only ICs. Correct.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in MDM class, basically, sometime we need kind of ETL mapping to write. So that we will cover in our MDM class. Like I will let you know that how we can write a simple mapping with the help of IICS, and we can bring the data. And also at some places we will use this IDQ also. So how we can integrate IDQ with MDM, and how we can integrate IDQ with IICS. So in few of the classes, I will try to explain how we can use this multiple application at one place. Like if you want to do some implementation of logic in MDM, and for that you need some data profiling. So for data profiling, earlier we used to use IDQ separately, right? But already we have the data profiling here tool and data quality tool. So how we can switch and how we can enrich the feature of this in our implementation, that part also we will cover. And from here, if you want to use ISCS, so that part also like data integration and all mapping, so that parts also we will cover. So basically in this MDM class, since these all are on IDMC, so we will take some extra classes for covering the other things also, like a few parts of IACS, few part of this data quality, few part of data profiling, and then this most of the part of multi-domain MDM. Then we have admin part as well. So within this admin, where is that admin part? Yeah, administration. So within this administration, we will do the means administration of this entire application. So we will spend 2-3 classes on admin as well. Earlier, you remember for admin in on-premises, we had these tools like configurations and SAM. So with the help of this, we used to do this admin part. So these all things they have clubbed into this administrator tool. Okay. So we will see this all the admin feature within this administrator as well. So here, whatever applications we can see, we are going to see most of the applications so that we can understand these all applications at least on high level. And in depth, we are going to see the all features of Informatica MDM, the MDM
Okay.
concept. Yeah.
More focused on MDM
More
SaaS.
focused on
Other
MDM, but yes, we will have the idea on this
other
most of the tools,
services.
whatever
Oh,
we can see. We will
right.
touch product 360, we will touch reference 360, we are going to touch supplier 360, because if you are looking to work on the project, then you should know this. And if you are looking to switch your job, so you should also have the idea, little idea. Because if you are going for Informatica MDM interview, so they will ask, have you worked on product 360? What is that? No? So I will cover those part as well, so that it will be easy for you to crack the interview, or it will be easy for you to
Okay.
work on the project. Yeah.
Okay. So you will be the instructor, or maybe other also will join, or you are the only instructor?
I am the only instructor who will take care. And for me, let me give little introduction of myself. So I have total 13 years of experience, and I was working on site Singapore from last 6 years. Last 6 months back, I moved back India, and here I have started my own kind of IT company. And this training part, whatever I can take care, especially the MDM part, I am taking care. And few of the trainings, I have other trainers like DevOps and AWS. So they are means conducting those part. Apart from that, we are also supporting the IT project. So if you guys have any IT project which is from basically data-driven technology like MDM, ETL, SQL and all, so we are also supporting that part from our kind of organization. So maybe you can guys can give one chance to support your organization or your job support also. We can take care. So that also we are doing as part of our means delivery.
And Sujit, maybe do you have, I mean, any projects you delivered on the MDM SaaS one? I mean, just I'm asking this because see,
Yeah. So I'm working as a technical architect in some MNC here in Noida, Delhi, NCR. And here I'm working for the client that is called Galderma. Okay, that is a USA pharma product. And there we have done the implementation of Informatica MDM SaaS. So there we actually migrated in first project from on-premises to MDM SaaS, and then in the other project we have done the complete development from the scratch for the MDM SaaS.
Yeah. Because I'm getting few calls. I'm also looking for change, and they're asking for, maybe this is a very new product, right? It's not a very
Yeah, it's
old
very
one.
new product. They
Yeah,
just
they're
launched a
asking
few
for
years back.
experience and all.
Yeah. So in experience, you have to say that I have the experience of last 10 year, 15 year in MDM, and from last 2 year when it was launched, I am working in this MDM SaaS. So if you say 2 year, they will ask multiple question within that. So for that, we should have a knowledge so that we will get in our training. Because no person can say that I have a 10-year experience in MDM SaaS because just it launched 2 year back, so it's not logical, right?
Correct. That is, products is also not that stable, right? Still they have
right.
a lot of issues and all.
Right. So let's try to touch some course content so that we can understand what the course content
So
we are
what
going
about
to
this tool access?
Yeah. So about this tool access, I cannot give this access because this is dedicated to our organization, and Informatica have a restriction of that you cannot share that. So there is only one option that I can show it live, and I can record a video and I can give it to you guys. And if any one of you want to do the practice, so for 1 hour after the class, I will share my screen. You guys take the control and do the practice in front of me. So for MDM SaaS, you guys can check anywhere. No one is, I think, you'll not find any trainer now. Only the training is being conducted by Informatica, and they are charging 2,500 for one training. And yeah, there they will give the access and all, but the charge is very high. We are charging around 300, and they are charging 2,500 and all. So that is the difference you have. So if you guys want to do the practice, so after the training, I can give the access. Like I can share my screen, you guys take the control and you can do some hands-on. So that part I can give for time being. And second option we have that I will try to get access for few of you. If you are interested, if you are working in some company, and if you have the valid email ID, then I will let you know the steps you can request for the access. And hopefully I'm 90% confident that they will give the access. Okay, so they will not give access to your Gmail, but if you are working in some of the reputed organization, then we can request the access through that email ID and they will give that access.
Oh, okay. Otherwise, with Gmail ID and all, we can't get it.
Gmail ID we cannot get. They are very strict on that, no?
Okay.
So if you have some organization email ID, we can I can let you know the steps. We have to do some e-learning and we have to complete few kind of certifications. So one part I want to add here. So as part of my training, I will make sure that you will complete the one certification. I will take the guarantee of that. And at the end of course, I will help you guys to crack that certification, that Informatica MDM Foundation. And if you means if you need any help, because you guys you will share your screen and you do the means you will take the exam, and I will try to help, and I will make sure that every one of you will have one certification of Informatica MDM SaaS after this training. Means and there is no charges for that. No, just we should have means in-depth knowledge on the MDM SaaS so that we can crack the exam. So for that, I will help you, my student, at the end of the training, and I will make sure that every one of you have the MDM SaaS certification after the course. So that is my commitment. I will make sure that everyone will pass that. Yeah.
You have told that in 2,500, right? So is it 2,500 INR or it's 2,500 USD for the access?
Sorry?
You said the Informatica is charging 2,500, right, for the getting the access?
Yeah, so this is not for access. So Informatica this time what they are doing through the Informatica University, they are providing the training also. Like earlier they used to provide for MDM SaaS. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but the charge they are charging very high. That is 2500 USD.
Okay, for the training. Got it.
That's
Got it.
very high. So for individuals, it's not possible to afford it, right? So that's
Okay.
why means we people come in the middle and we provide it in the lesser cost. And I will also make sure that you guys will have one certification, because certification is very, very important nowadays, especially for this Informatica MDM SaaS. Because this is new in the market. If you have certification with your name, then you will have the means different weightage. Okay.
Got it.
As part of course content, so this is the means IDMC kind of brief description, and within that we are going to cover the MDM SaaS, what we say, MDM SaaS basic overview and architecture part, MDM SaaS conceptual part. This is all basically theory part which we will cover in the first 1 or 2 classes. Total, we are expecting it will take 40 hours of the time. In chapter 1, we are going to see how we can search the record, how we can view the record. So I will start from means the easier part, so that you guys can take the interest, and then we can go little step by step on the complicated part. So in the starting part, we will try to create some suppose product. If you are dealing with the product master, and if you are dealing with the customer master, we'll try to create some customer. We will onboard some customer. We'll try to search it. We will try to edit it. Then in second chapter, we will try to create records. So if you want to create a kind of a specific record with their child, grandchild, and all, like suppose if we have the customer, which we want to have customer kind of address detail, department detail, customer kind of uh, a specialization detail, customer related to which kind of products. So these all things we will try to understand in the creation of the record part. In third part, we will try to import the record through CSV or flat file. So we'll see how we can import the record and what is the different options we have. So within the MDM also we can import. Earlier in on-premises, we don't had such options, if you guys remember. Okay. But here we will have this option. We can directly import the record in the MDM SaaS in the base subject table. Okay. So that part also we will see. And then we will see the validation. So you guys know that in MDM on-premises, we used to write this trust, we used to define this trust for each column, and then we used to write the validation rules like that. Here I don't have. So we used to write some validation rule. Let me open this. Here you can see I have some validation rule. If customer name is null, then we can downgrade the trust score, right? So this is similar like this. We will have the validation rule. We will try to write in the MDM SaaS also. Then here we will try to resolve the duplicate. So if we are getting duplicate, how we can resolve it, how we can do the manual actions, those all part we will take care. Then here we will do merge, unmerge. So earlier we know that we can do the unmerge of the record manually through this IDD, through this provisioning also, or Entity 360. So with the help of same process, we will do this unmerging here also in cloud. Then we'll have the hierarchy setup. So this part we will take care in the hierarchy class. Then we'll have the managed task. So in managed task, as we know that earlier we had the active EOS, right? Through that we used to create the workflow and manage the task in the on-premises. So for replacement of that, they have introduced this managed task services. Within that services, we can create a task and we can manage it, and we can send at the different level of approval. Then in chapter 9, we will try to, once we will complete this basic part, then in the last, we
Sujit,
will,
sorry to interrupt. I think still we are seeing the hub console only. Can you go to the slide and talk so that we'll
oh, you
understand?
can see only the hub
Hub
console
console.
only.
Hmm.
That's
Oh,
correct. Yeah.
sorry, sorry. So let me stop it and share it again. Thanks for the reminding.
Okay. Thank you.
Can you see now the document?
Still loading.
Let me share again.
Yes, I can see that.
The screen, I'm sharing my screen. Can you see the document?
Yeah, now
Yes,
you
I
can.
can see the document.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, guys. So let me recap for 2 minutes, maybe few of you missed. So in the MDM course content, what we are going to cover, first we will have 1-2 sessions for the understanding basics of MDM and conceptual and logical part of MDM SaaS. Then we'll go for the search and view record services. Then we'll go for second services, that is create records. So these all are the separate services they have integrated at one place, and we have to learn all the feature and options available in that. Then we have import records. Then we will have validate record. This here we will write the trust and validation rule to downgrade the trust scores. Then here we will resolve the duplicate. So basically here we will try to understand the survivorship if we have the multiple duplicate record for the same record. Then how we can make the master record. Manually we can merge the record and we can make it resolve. So that part we will see. This is basically for the manual merge. And here we will have the unmerge. So unmerge was also available earlier in the on-premises. So here we will see in the unmerge option in the MDM SaaS as well. Then we have the hierarchy setup, the same thing whatever we had in premises, we will see here as well. And as part of active US, we used to configure the task in on premises. So here we will use this manage task option. Through that, we will do kind of approval of task from one level to other level. And then once we complete this entire thing, then we will have 1-2 classes for the preparation of this certification that is called IDMC SaaS Foundation Certification. So I will take 1 to 2 classes to make prepare of the questions which will be asked in the certification. And then at the end of the session, we will give the exam of certification. So before the certification, I will take these additional classes also, where we will understand this business, customer, whatever other services we have, whatever we can see here, whatever other services is integrated, those all services we will try to understand. So that I will take care in this chapter 10. And in chapter 11, other services related to data profiling, data quality, that also will be taken care. In chapter 12, we will try to do the integration. We will try to switch from customer to product to kind of MDM to ISCS to IDQ. So these all switching and integration we will try to understand in chapter 12. In chapter 13, we will try to understand some live project, so that you can explain in the interview, or if you are working in project, it will be helpful for you. Then we will work for the interview preparation, then resume preparation, then some mock practice for the interview. And if you guys are interested to switch your job in MDM, I have a requirement with me. I have some requirement with some clients. They are looking for immediate joiners for Informatica MDM. If you are looking for Informatica MDM on premises also, you can let me know separately. I will refer your resume. And if you are you will complete your training in SaaS, then I will refer your resume in SaaS also if you are interested to change your job. So we have the requirement for the USA, India, and Netherlands for these 3 locations. Okay, so we have the huge requirement for that. Only for MDM I have. And then if you are getting some job, so if you need some job support, so high level job support I can also provide as part of this training. But if you need dedicated job support, like 2 hours, 3 hours every day, for that we will discuss the charges separately. So these all part I will take care, and here we will complete at the end of this we will complete the certification as well. So I'll make sure that you guys will log into the MDM portal for certification, and you will share your screen, and we will try to clear certification one by one, so that every one of us have the certification of this. So this is high level course content which we are going to cover in the MDM SaaS training. Now I will take a pause and I will give time for you guys to ask your questions.
Yeah, that course content, right? What are the chapter 1, 2, 3? Those are mainly from the 360 console, from the business user or data steward's point of view, right? But as a developer point of view, what we will be covering?
Yeah. So in cloud, they have made the no code kind of concept, no? So most of the places here you see that here we used to do as a developer, we used to define this data model and all. So they have simplified this. So suppose you are doing the customer master implementation. So here we used to create the entire kind of customer master data model and all, right, from a starting. So for simplifying that, what they have done, they have given this customer master here itself. Where is that customer master? This is called basically customer 360. And in place of creating the data model of customer master in backend, we can use these customer 360 services, and just we can do the drag drop and we can make our work done. So in MDM SaaS, the big change they have done, they have simplified the coding part. So they have given a name as no code. Now that means the less code, no code or less code, something like that. So here we do very less coding. Mostly we do the configurations. That's it. That's the bigger change in the MDM SaaS.
But whatever the chapter 1 to at least 5 will be covered under this customer 360 service.
Yeah, right. So these all three are same. If you understand customer 360, then you can easily understand product or reference or supply. These four are same, na? So just whatever features we will see is available in that. These all features are available in that. Only the in back end the data model is different. That means only data is different, but the data model and technically these are same. Okay. So that part we will see, and there we will see how we can import, how we can create match merge rule, how we can define different match rules which we used to define in on premises. That part we will see separately.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. I think that we cover in the business 360, right? Where we create a
Right,
new
right. So
business
that we will
entity.
take care from the business 360. So this data the definition of this match rule and all. So that we will take care within the business 360.
Correct. That will be covered, right? How to
That will
create a
be covered
business
100%
entity.
because without that is incomplete. So that all
Ah,
things will be covered. Yeah.
okay. Okay.
And here we will do less coding. Mostly is related to configuration and all.
Correct. And I
It
don't
will.
see any topic related to CA and CDI, maybe in that your course content.
Yeah, so this CDI part I will take care. I'm not sure that I've mentioned here, but we will create some mapping and we will try to do some integration with IDQ, and then we will do some integration IDQ to MDM. That part I will take care. But as we know that this CDI or IACS is a standalone separate tool, and that requires 30 hours, 40 hours kind of separate training. So that part we are not going to cover in that much depth. But yes, I will create one mapping and I will let you know how we can integrate that mapping with MDM
Mhm.
SaaS or IDQ. That part I will take care.
And what about CA, application integration?
So application integration means, can you give some detail on that?
Yeah, that CA, right? Because I don't see that in your course content.
Yes,
Will that
CAI,
be
like,
covered?
see, in on-premises, we had this SIF, right? Services Integration Framework.
Uh,
So there we had the Java API and Web Services API through which we used
uh,
to do the integration. So here the CAI, we don't have any services. So we cannot do any practice or kind of implementation here in this training environment.
okay.
Okay. So for that, you should have the live project environment there. We can do that. Here we don't have that feature.
Mhm. Okay.
But do they ask an interview about this application integration, like in case of we need to use? Then
In
I mean,
application
can you
integration,
just
they will not ask much question because in MDM size, as you know, that most of the applications are already integrated here. Before that, in on-premises, it was a big challenge to integrate, especially the three tools, the Power Center, IDQ, and MDM. It was a means bigger challenge we had. But the main three tools they have already integrated here. Okay. If you want to integrate this MDM with any third-party tools which are not listed here, for that they have the API, and that API options we will only get in the live project environment. This is a training project they have given. So within the training org, they will not give that feature. So that is very easier if you know the SIF services integration framework which we use in the on-premises, then you can easily understand that. So there even we used to write this Java code. Here we used to write this Java code and all for the services integration framework, right? So they have simplified that. No need to write any Java code, just as a connector. Suppose in Informatica Power Center you want to onboard the data from CRM. So just we have to use the CRM connector and we can connect and we can onboard the data through the ETL, right? So something like that in integration part, you have no need to write this Java code, something like that. They have simplified that completely, and they have introduced some adapters. Through that adapter, you can easily connect and do the integration. So this all coding part they have simplified in MDM SaaS. Any more question, guys?
Yeah, hi, Sujit, actually, Prasad here.
Yeah.
So is it required for MDM on-premise knowledge for this, or with MDM SaaS alone, we can get a job and we can survive in the market?
Yeah, so since MDM says they are treating as a separate application because they have separate licensing and separate everything as compared to MDM says. So if you are looking for job change, then it will not be they will not ask that you have worked in MDM premises or not. But yes, you should have the MDM basic knowledge, and so that you can say that I have directly started working on the MDM size from last 2 3 years. 3 years you cannot say last 2 years. So that is not mandatory that they will ask that you should have the on-premises knowledge. If you have the basic knowledge of MDM, which we will cover in this training, and if you are able to justify that means you have the enough knowledge for MDM size, whatever things is available, then they will be fine. They will not ask mandatory that you must have the MDM on-premises knowledge. They don't bother that because this
Okay,
application
okay.
they
So
are treating separately. Yeah.
okay, currently do we have calls on this one, or it going to increase, right? So calls
Yeah, we have
as it
many
is.
requirements for that MDM SaaS and MDM on-premises both. So honestly
Okay,
speaking,
okay.
we have the huge demand for these two. Don't worry, don't understand that we have only demand for SaaS. We have demand for on-premises as well in the market. So both
Okay,
are
okay.
having the huge demand. But yes, day by day, this
Mhm.
cloud will take control on the on-premises. Day by day, the clients are increasing and projects are moving to the cloud. So day by day,
Yes,
the
yes.
demand of cloud will be more.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Got it.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Let me stop the recording.